You feel this nervousness on the phone there?
Sir, I've been trying to make an urgent phone call up there.
Well, I don't think it's something I want to do on an overseas phone.
You gotta make some phone calls. Hang up the phone. Prank caller. Prank caller.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Packernet After Dark. This is the call-in show, the Packernet Podcast Network. If you'd like to call in, if you'd like to participate in the show, please feel free to do so. The phone number here is 608-501-0718. New callers go directly to the front of the line. We don't have any new callers today, but we got Washington Metro.
Hey, this is Washington Metro, a.k.a. Gabe.
What's up,
It's been a
Gabe?
while. Loving the first game of the season here, as I'm sure everybody else is. And I'm sure everybody's talking about the stuff I would love to talk about, but at the same time, I got to give a shout-out to our special teams. And I don't even really know what to say other than our specialists they're right there. I mean, these guys are going crazy. And I just love to hear what you're thinking about it, and hope everyone else is doing well. All right, thanks. Bye.
Like I said, outside of needing to clean up those penalty issues that we got on the kick return, phenomenal. I mean, I can't think of a better group. We've had solid individuals for sure. I mean, we've had some good kickers over the years. I'm not sure any are on the level of what we've been seeing recently from McManus, but we've had some good kickers. We've had some good gunners. We've had some good returners, probably some better returners. But like as a unit, it's just again, we're gonna get back into the same freaking talking points here, but in terms of like the team just feels different. It kind of just feels like everything's finally clicked. You know? It's not just one thing necessarily. I think Micah helped a lot of things come together, especially on the defensive side in particular, but the offense is there. I don't know that it's fully where it's going to be by the end of the year, but it's there and it's solid. The defense is about as good as defense as I've seen in recent memory, and by recent I mean like since I've been paying attention more so than just like being a kid and football games just are there. The special teams is it's better than any one team should have. It's too much, and this is coming from again a team that has always been good. The Packers are always good. They're always a playoff team. They're always these, but even compared to all the other playoff teams, you're like, this seems unfair to have everything working like this. It is just 1 week, and things can fall off. McManus could fall off, or obviously injuries are not only could they happen, they're going to happen. It's just a question of who and how we handle it and whatnot. We already saw Zach Tom go out. I haven't checked on his status. I don't think there's been a status as of this recording. But, so far, just based on, again, saying it would be cool if, the heads or tails thing, it could go either way. So far, everything's gone in the right direction. And, yeah, special teams is right in line with that.
Ryan!
What
Beer,
up?
cheese, Benny, post-game, baby. Let's go, dude. Packers freaking win. What a convincing win, too. I've never seen this in my life, probably, with the Packers, with their defense. I mean, we basically just kept them out of the game. I mean, Come on, man. This was insane, dude. And Parsons, you could see the difference it made.
Yes.
And we got pressure. Dude, extend Dan Campbell, man. Extend him. And extend Jared Goff, too. Sign him to more money. Just dish out more money to him.
It is funny because, it's a troll, and I think that they're probably a pretty good group. Maybe they're not. I don't know. Again, we'll have to see about this coordinator thing. We got the Bears game coming up. If the Bears offense comes out and looks like, 2011 Packers, then I think we got our answer. But at the same time, we're kind of at a level now where it's like, okay, we can handle this. So yeah, you guys just stay exactly where you are. Extend everybody. Keep that quarterback because that ain't good enough. It was good enough before when you just needed to be efficient to beat the Packers. Now you're looking at teams like Baltimore and whatnot and being like, that's a different wrinkle that I think would be more challenging to handle. Right? When you can get after the quarterback, but they're mobile. The Justin Fields, the Lamars, even the Josh Allens and whatnot. But Jared Goff? That is like the worst quarterback you could have against this defense, I think. So, yeah, go ahead, get comfy there, boys. I hope you're there forever.
Oh yeah, and Jameson Williams totally a factor, dude. Yeah, great freaking signing, you dummies. And then
you got a big bag.
Kirby Joseph, yeah, he was a factor. So was Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah, they really affected the game. Freaking losers, Lions. Back to poverty. Welcome to it. We won't be in it because we're a smart organization. I thought Love was pretty decent outside those two passes, one that was intercepted, but got called back because of penalty, and then the one that was almost intercepted.
Right before it.
I thought the game plan was great. The only thing I'm worried about right now, Ryan, is our offensive line with the run game. We couldn't really run till late, to put that dagger in them with Jacobs. And I don't know if that is just matchups or how it just played out, but it just didn't look great all game. But dude, I was listening to your podcast earlier, and the out routes, dude, how many times did we see an out route and Jordan Love is just wide open, dude? Guy was wide open and he throws to him. Like Matthew Golden, the first reception of his Green Bay Packers career, just an out route, just freaking wide open, man. But it's kind of crazy, dude. This game was crazy because it's normally we watch these kind of games and the offense fails to do anything. They give the ball back to them and it's oh, here we go. But now it's just who cares, dude? The freaking defense is going to screw you up, man.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, dude, I mean, I enjoyed that and I will be calling back tomorrow morning, give you my Monday morning quarterback thought. This is just my instant reaction. By the way, last 2 minutes of the game got cut off for me because frickin' we got weather here and I'm watching on YouTube TV and normally I have I have it on my Fire TV with the VPN so I can watch it from the Wisconsin channel.
Yeah.
But it's this was a nationally televised game, so I'm well, I don't need to go through all that and turning on the VPN and all that crap. So I just turned on the local and there's freaking thunderstorms here, so they had alerts, so I couldn't even see how much time, and then all of a sudden our Wi-Fi cut out, so that's cool. I couldn't even see the end of the game, but I know we won, so that's what's up, bro. Oh, freaking awesome. Go, Pack, go. Stay back.
Yeah, you mentioned Kirby Joseph. I was reminded, some people had posted some stuff online, I was reminded how big of scumbags they've been to us over the years. Not only with Kirby Joseph being a dirty player, but Kirby Joseph, remember after a loss getting in Tucker Kraft's face, or stealing the cheese head and wearing that around in the locker room after beating the Packers, or Amon-Ra St. Brown wearing the Green Bay Sucks t-shirt. I mean, they have been absolute scumbags for a long time, and it just made it feel all the better. It wasn't just oh man, they've had our number. It wasn't like the Packers have had Dallas's number, or even the 49ers, at least I don't know if that's a thing anymore, but they've kind of had our number. It's not like that. I mean, these guys have been absolute scumbag, troll, trash balls. And to just give it to them in such convincing fashion, I just want to play them again. I want to do it again. We need to sweep that team. I mean, it's to the point where I wouldn't. The more I saw that stuff, the more I thought, you know what? I kind of hope Dan Campbell or the offensive coordinator thing is a massive factor, and they go back to fourth in the division because they deserve it. Far be it from me to root for Chicago, but at this point, I think I would hope that Chicago could take enough of a step that they could be in front of Detroit, because I just have nothing but disdain for that team and what they've done in this very, very brief. We're talking 2 years that they've actually been, they've been the darlings of the NFL for much longer, but they were the darlings of the NFL when they were just still kind of bad and they were missing the playoffs and all that. It's been 2 years of like, this is actually a really good team. And in those 2 years, they have been the most insufferable jagoffs ever. I mean, maybe outside of Philly. So they deserve everything that's coming to them. They deserve to be 0-1. They deserve to be last in the division. Obviously, they're going to be tied with somebody, but, after this Bears and Vikings game, there's going to be 2 teams in the NFC North ahead of them, and I wish nothing but the worst for the Detroit Lions because they deserve it. I mean, obviously, if they're a bad team, that doesn't speak super highly about this win, but you get what I'm saying, right? I just want that to be a thing. Of course, I want the Packers to be good more, but they don't deserve anything good. They just don't. They have been classless garbage.
What's going on, Ryan? Chris from Alabama, man. So I'm just not calling, man. I've been had company things, man. But, man, what a game, man. Packers pull it out 27-13. I want to say 27-6.
I know.
They got that little garbage touchdown.
Yep.
Total domination from the Green Bay Packers. Oh.
And again, the only reason I'm not going to hammer the garbage touchdown thing is just because of how impressive that catch was. It's still technically a garbage touchdown, but I don't care. Plus, we had so many good plays in garbage time, like Parsons' sack. Everyone wants to talk garbage. Fine, you know what? Let's just everybody keep their garbage stats. And we're just going to come out ahead again anyways, so congratulations.
Oh, my goodness. We look so good on offense. We look so good on defense. We look so good every which way you can look. And I'm feeling so good. It's going to be a real good season, man. It's going to be a real good season this year. I love everything that happened today. I have no complaints about nothing that went on. I know a little early, if I do want to nitpick, the run blocking was kind of suspect a little early, but they got it right in the second half. So I ain't even going to nitpick that. I ain't going to nitpick nothing because we basically dominated the so-called best team in the NFC North and how they Super Bowl contenders. Detroit look a little suspect to me, man. They look a little suspect. Hey. But it don't even matter because we looking very, very nice, and I love everything that went on today. Victory Sunday, victory Monday. Let's go, Pat, go. And that defense, and Micah Parsons barely played. Oh, my God, imagine when he gets the whole game playing.
I know.
Man, bro, it's going to be a lovely season, man. A lovely season. Go, Pat, go. I'll talk to y'all later, man.
And
it's a wonderful Sunday.
And like I said, Golden too. I think, they obviously haven't really ramped him up quite yet. Not only in terms of snap counts, which I think are going to go up, but I also think in terms of Matt LaFleur trying to get him the ball more, which I don't think he necessarily did. And then the biggest one is Jordan deciding he wants to go that direction. He still trusts Reed. He threw that trust ball to him. He obviously trusts Dobbs a lot. I think there's just going to need to be some more in-game tough catches for Golden before they decide to start trusting that a little bit more. But we know how good that guy is. And even without him, we're getting, we're worried about the speed aspect. Like, oh, man, we don't have Christian Watson. And it's like, well, Golden hopefully can kind of fill in that speed thing. Or otherwise, we got Jaden Reed. We got Dobbs streaking wide open down the middle of the field, man. Like, we got a wealth of riches. There's nothing this team couldn't do. It was ridiculous. So, and like I said, as far as the run, it's hard to be too mad at them because not only did it open up at the end, but they were able to close out the game running the ball. And that is like the number one thing you need from a run game is when the game is on the line, can you just smash this ball down their throat at will to close the game out? And they were able to do that. So, I'm still curious about going back and looking to see if the disadvantageous lineups, whether they were stacking the box or whatever. I still wasn't too happy with it, and I was kind of getting annoyed with Josh Jacobs because he was doing the A.J. Dillon thing where he kept bouncing it. Granted, there wasn't much there, but there were times when it's like we need a yard, and rather than just lowering the shoulder and pushing, he's like, oh, I'm going to try to bounce it, and then loses a yard. It's like, bro, you got to, let's just not start doing that. You know what I mean?
Well, Ryan, the Packers have beat the Lions. Oh, man, how good does that sound? It's Kyle from Madison.
What's up, dude?
That, I hate to see them score, let the Lions in there, but I know. My Lord, they made him work for it. That's a hell of a catch that kid had.
Right?
But, my goodness, what a statement from our favorite football team today. I think there's no doubt about that. Certainly going to have to see about Zach Tom and his health. I mean, it looked like he landed on his hip. Good to hear he was on the bike. And then, I know they wanted to get Parsons some snaps there at the end, get some conditioning in a game for him, but I'm like, just get him out of the game. Like, he had a perfect start. Please don't. Just take him out.
I get it.
But holy cow, man. I think maybe the thing that impresses me the most about that game offensively is just how, after what they did with the ball through the air, and then obviously I almost had a pick there, almost had two, but I think that Dobbs getting held is a direct result of the second one there. That was actually a hell of a play by the Detroit defensive back on that ball too, but oh man, and that, can we just talk about that pass to Reed though? That's going to get forgotten.
Yeah.
But that's like a 30-yard handoff that Love,
that was
on
beautiful.
That same series where he almost gets picked twice.
Right.
It's like 3rd and 5, and he puts an absolute dime on Reed's hands. Like maybe an inch too far, but oh man, he's got to catch that ball.
Right.
We're talking about the passing performance in it.
And I wouldn't even say it was too far. I don't think his arms were even fully outstretched. His arms were in a normal position, and it just went right through. I wouldn't even say through his hands. I think it went through his arms, meaning it was so close to his body. I just think it was a tough catch in terms of the defender was kind of over his back, and it was kind of one of those, by the time he saw the ball, it was kind of it's hard to, whatever. I mean, I don't fully remember exactly how it went, but I know it was a tough catch. But that was a 10 out of 10 throw. And yeah, if he catches that, that's going to go in Jordan Love's highlight reel. But he didn't, so it won't. And if you try to post that as a highlight, oh boy, is everybody that's a complete idiot going to mock you. Remember that from back in the day when, and you remember now how bad the drop issues have been for a long time. Even Jordan's first year starting in 2023 when he was quite good, almost all of his best passes were dropped. And so we would highlight that and be like, look at all these great passes. And they're like, you idiots are actually posting dropped passes or incompletes. And Bears fans and everybody would mock Packer fans because nothing gets Packer fans excited more than a Jordan Love incomplete pass or something to that effect. It's like, you complete idiots. Look at the accuracy of the pass, stupid. The result is not the point. That's not the point of it. We're evaluating the actual throw, which is all Jordan Love can control. And as far as that was concerned, dude, he was killing it in 2023. And again, you're starting to see that here, where unfortunately his best passes so far this year have all been dropped. I don't even remember what the other drop was. PFF said there were 2 drops, and I don't remember what the other one was. But anyways, yeah, that was an absolutely beautiful throw.
Totally different light if that's just a connection. But either way, great game by Love, great game by the offensive line, and I just love that they were able to go to that ground game. Everybody knew they were going to run. They still ran it, and they ran it right down their throats the whole way down. That was a fantastic drive, and if you're not impressed now, I don't know what the hell it takes, because that was an impressive damn game.
For some people, the only thing is, can you eliminate every possible excuse? Which the answer to that is basically going to be no. For some rival fans and for the negative Packer fans, as long as they can find an excuse, they'll use an excuse. So they'll highlight the negative, the Jordan Love throws, the lack of run game, run blocking. Oh, we got all these offensive linemen to run block. They still can't run block. But most importantly, they're going to talk about Detroit. Oh, boy, Detroit looked terrible. Oh, you're actually bragging about Detroit. Everybody knew they were going to be bad this year because of all their coordinator losses, and you didn't think it would, and obviously they did. Whatever. So you just got to do it again next week. And that is the nature of the NFL, right? It's only good for 1 week, and then you got to do it again next week. And the Packers got a quick turnaround, which I almost feel good about because I feel like the Packers are off to such a hot start. And the fact that they were able to do so much with so little, this entire defense was built in a week. If anybody can thrive in a, before the NFL gets caught up kind of a situation, it feels like it's the Packers. And I'm pretty sure it's at home again. So you got a quick turnaround, get everybody as healthy as you can, try to come up with a couple extra wrinkles, and then have a team fly out to Green Bay and just freaking do it again. And you take out another playoff caliber NFC team, and it just gets harder and harder for the excuse makers to keep making excuses. They'll find them, but it's just going to keep getting harder. They're going to latch onto that one thing where it's they're a good team, it's a great team, just too bad that Jordan Love's going to waste it because he's mid, or whatever the thing is going to be. You can't win without a run game or something. I don't know.
And when you think Parsons is just getting started, I think, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous what he's doing for the other guys, too.
Right.
I'm sure I'm anxious for somebody with an all-22 to look at that and just see earlier in that game when it mattered how his presence is freeing up defensive linemen, because it just in what I saw, it was happening all the time. So one hell of a game, man. Go Pack, go. And let's hope the Vikings and Bears tie 0-0 tomorrow. Talk to you.
Yeah, we talked about how, Bears fans are stupid for trying to pretend like, the Khalil Mack thing was a terrible thing. Remember, 2018, they were a great defense because even the mediocre players had, everybody had their best year. Everybody had their best year in 2018. And it's not hard to see. You can't fully put it on one person, but you have to look at that and go, Khalil Mack was a big part of that. Fangio was a big part of that, and, a couple other pieces maybe helped. But Khalil Mack helped to bring everything together, with Fangio figuring out how to make it work. But when you got a guy like that, it helps with the rest of your defensive line. And when your defensive line is just out of control, it helps with the linebackers' assignments, which helps with the cornerbacks and helps with the safeties, and just everybody is having a really good year. And it feels like we're seeing that with the Packers. Again, it's 1 week. I get that it's 1 week. But these are not completely uncommon things where, Dallas has had that. And Philly has had that, obviously. And a lot of teams have that with this year where everything just seems to go well, especially on defense, where one thing kind of snowballs with another thing, which makes another thing, which makes another thing. And everybody just kind of does their job, and everybody's job gets a lot easier. And you end up just having this dominant defense where everybody just has their best years ever. And you look at it and go, well, Parsons, I don't know if he's going to have his best year, but he looks like he's quite good. So far, I would be shocked if Van Ness doesn't have his best year. I would guess Rashawn has a very good year. He's had some great years in the past, but I would guess he's going to have a very good year. Wyatt is on pace to have his best year. Edgerrin seems poised to be as good as he was last year, at least. I wouldn't be surprised if Quay has his best year. The corners seemingly don't have to do anything. They're never even thrown at. Evan Williams is on pace to have his best year. Xavier's had so many good years, it's hard, but it's a question of, can you just be, as good as you have been? Brooks and Wooden are so far seemingly on pace to have their best years. The entire defensive line, how could anybody not have their best year? Again, outside of Rashawn, who's had some good years. But that's what it looks like when you have that thing where just everything comes together. And then it just becomes a question of, can the offense kind of keep up? Because we've seen that in the past where the offense tends to fluctuate, where it's not super good, and then it becomes great, and then it goes back to not being very good. Remember the big problem in the postseason, yes, Jordan was hurt, but you throw a bunch of picks, and that's it's going to be hard to overcome that defensively. If you hand them, 14 points through turnovers, I mean, I can't expect the defense to score 21 points, but so far, it's at least looking solid. Jordan is looking good. The receivers are looking very good. I'm excited about Golden. We know Josh Jacobs is very good. The pass blocking looks incredible. Tight ends, Tucker Kraft looking sweet. So just got to hang in there. Just got to do it again and do it again. Consistency is going to be the name of the game. All right, I don't think we've taken a break yet, so we should probably do that. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Hey, Ryan, how you doing? This is Bill in South Carolina.
What's going on?
Calling in after that game that we really can't complain about anything on that game. That was spectacular, awesome, great day. It's like when you go out and play golf and the first hole you hit 3 or 4 real good shots and get up, get a par or maybe a birdie. And you say, well, I think I'm going to go home now.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I feel like now. Maybe we could just end the season right now. And
I think so. It's all downhill from here.
Great. But anyway, fantastic. Parsons was unbelievable. Makes every single person on the team better.
Yes.
Every person in the organization better. And the fans better. So it's all
yeah. It's a good point.
Fantastic. What a great, great, great trade. And this very, very optimistic. You never know what happens in football with injuries and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, very, very happy and all the Packer fans should just enjoy this. Go Pack, go!
Yeah, I mean we only have until Thursday, but enjoy it because I mean this is a high that you don't get to feel too often as a fan. Obviously, it's not Super Bowl, but as far as like a week 1 or I guess from the standpoint of like optimism, feeling good about what your team can do, probably not a lot of fan bases riding as high as Packer fans right now. And yeah, that's a good point about the fans. Made everybody better, including the fans. That was about the best fan performance. I mean, assuming we're just talking about the ones that were there, not the ones that sold their tickets. But that was, again, I don't remember ever hearing the crowd that loud, and it's crazy because it's like nothing even happened. It was just Micah Parsons stepped foot on the field, and that place went nuts. And I really think that makes it, I mean, it's not a small point. I think that made a huge difference. The noise made it really hard for Detroit. The noise got the defense super fired up. I mean, I doubt the fans will be able to keep that up, although there should be a lot more Packer fans for a Washington game than a Detroit game. If there's not, I'm going to be supremely perturbed. But if the fans can keep that up, home field advantage in Lambeau is going to be psychotic. I mean, it's going to be, up there with some of the toughest home field, Seattle Legion of Boom tough, or Atlanta, the year we won the Super Bowl. Nobody is ever going to want to come here. And that is a big deal. Washington Metro, what's going on?
Hey there, this is Washington Metro,
Howdy.
a.k.a. Gabe. Once again, not living in Washington. Whatever.
Okay. That's fine. We don't care, actually.
I gotta say,
just make stuff
trying to throw out a little bit of appreciation to maybe things that aren't as appreciated always. Josh Jacobs in his pass protection. I saw a number of times.
Yep.
When he just came in and stonewalled the guy. I gotta say, I gotta try to throw out some appreciation to these folks.
Yep.
Anyway, wanted to make sure I mentioned it. Bye.
Well, you're absolutely right. I did mention that. I think other callers have mentioned that already, so I'm glad we all noticed it. It obviously was very noticeable because he really did look fantastic. And I think it stands out because there were several times where he was very the pass blocking looks good. Here comes a linebacker. Oh no, everybody look out. And he handled his business. Every single time, we all probably held our breath and thought, oh crap, And here he comes and just absolutely stonewalls him and gives Jordan as much time as he needs, which it felt like Jordan had as much time as he wanted pretty much the entire game. And big ups to everybody, including the tight ends, the offensive line, and even guys that had to come in like Kennard. Just fantastic job all the way around. It's why it's so hard to get annoyed with, the run blocking. Not only because things picked up toward the end and got borderline dominant, but the pass blocking was so good that I can't bring myself to complain about nonsense.
Hey, Ryan, this is Chris from LA.
Hey.
Wow, it's just been like an hour, maybe an hour and a half since the Packers beat the living crap out of the Lions. Oh, this was such a satisfying win. And all the ish that these Lions fans were talking, I hope you kept all the receipts, and I hope you do, laughing at the enemy.
Bro.
And I hope we can put all these people on blast, because they are so ridiculous to be talking everything that they were talking. I thought Aiden Hutchinson was supposed to be better than Parsons. What did Aiden Hutchinson do? Nothing. He sucks. Okay, he doesn't suck. But he is nothing compared to Parsons.
Yep.
Oh, my God. That sack that Parsons had, did you see that closing speed?
Yes.
This is like, Rashawn Gary is an animal. He's a beast. And Micah Parsons is a whole nother level above Rashawn Gary.
Yes.
Rashawn has had these almost sacks where he doesn't get to the quarterback, and he's so close. But you see the difference in Micah. The way that he
and that is part of the difference here, is when he gets close, it's over. And even, there are small little subtle things that make the difference. I mean, I was talking before, he is like the supreme speed rusher. Like one of the best speed rushers you'll find in the NFL, in NFL history type of guy. Like, he is ridiculous. He also has at least the power of guys like Rashawn and Van Ness, which is an insane combo. But also with that speed, you'll have situations where he'll be double teamed, and I've given up on him. Not like in a terrible way, but sometimes you kind of get to, the ball comes out quick, and whether it's Rashawn or even guys like Clay or whatever, you see him get stuck and you're like, it ain't gonna happen this time. But it just takes a second for him to find a way to get free, and once he's free, in about 0.2 seconds, he's in the quarterback's face. But then beyond that, when you look at things like his closing speed, that means more pressures and more sacks. But also when you look at his bend, how many times have we seen guys like Rashawn or whatever kind of get close to around the corner, but they just overrun it or they can't quite get there? He can turn the corner so hard that he's going to get there. He's just such an absolute freak. And then, you look at the panic that it induces and the mistakes that it creates, the interception because we caused Goff to panic. That ridiculous play, I think it was Brooks. Again, I'm doing the thing. But I think it was Brooks where he's unblocked. And if you go back and look at it, there was a double team to his left on I don't know who. And then 3 offensive linemen go for Micah Parsons. And so you've got 5 guys, 5 offensive linemen dedicated to 2 of ours. And actually, I think that's not even true because Rashawn had 1. And then it must have been like a double team on the guy next to him, whether that's Wyatt or whoever. And then it must have been 3 guys, including 2 offensive linemen and a tight end on Micah Parsons. So of 6, 3 were on one, 2 was on another, 1 was on Rashawn, and Brooks was just standing there like, literally nobody's going to block me? That's the panic that it causes. These are, and granted, they're young guys. There's 2 rookies playing on that offensive line, so there's going to be some mistakes, but the crowd noise and Micah Parsons and all this, it's panic-inducing to where a guy like Carl Brooks can just be literally forgotten about.
Was on Goff, and the way that he just, like a panther, he jumped on him and just,
yeah.
Oh my God, this team is set to be something special this year, and Micah Parsons, wow, what a freaking animal, what a stud that guy is. How the hell did we get him?
I know.
I still don't believe we got him. Wow, this is amazing. Like, this is such a great feeling. All of Packer Nation is on cloud 9. Damn, wow. Just ecstatic. What a great day to be a Packer fan. Anyways, I appreciate you, Ryan. I love the platform that you give all the Packer fans to be here. to, come together. And I appreciate you. Keep up the great work, and go Pack, go, baby.
Well, yeah, dude, I appreciate that. And I mean, I look forward to this. I mean, this isn't just like a podcast to do. I mean, I'm excited to, I mean, in a weird way, I mean, it kind of feels like we're hanging. This is, I guess, an introvert's version of like having a bunch of friends. Like, it's just, I feel like we're kind of just hanging out, talking about football, and especially after a win. After a loss, it can be kind of miserable, and we all hate each other. I hate you, you hate me, and we argue, and it's a bit of a nightmare. But I mean, this is about as fun as it gets for me. I mean, this is, thank you guys for doing this, because I would be miserable. I was even thinking, like, the Powerball or whatever, like, if I won, I wouldn't be able to stop doing the podcast. I wouldn't. It's like, I'd want to be able to go do all this stuff, but it's like, yeah, but I'd have to make sure I bring, like, a really sweet laptop and, like, a setup, and maybe pay somebody to kind of, like, set up a thing for me in the hotel room or whatever, because I have to do this. I can't not talk Packers and then not do Packernet After Dark, where, I mean, what am I going to do? Just, like, never talk to you guys again? I'm not doing that. That's stupid. That's freaking crazy. So, y'all are stuck with me, I guess. But no, I appreciate it. This is the best. This is the best. I love doing Victory Monday podcasts, but the Packernet After Dark, after a big win in a big game, it just, yeah, this is the apex for me. So appreciate all of you for continuing to call in, and I really hope that all of this is real. I genuinely hope, because I want so much more of this. I want, after Thursday to do it again, and just get excited about how the season is shaping up, and the playoffs, and I can't even fathom what that could mean if we're talking even bigger. I don't want to say the S word, the SB words, but here's to having a good season, boys and girls.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good.
Idaho.
Yeah,
so I ended up going to a local watering hole after halftime to finish watching the game with some of my friends and adversaries, because there's a lot of Niners and Seattle fans.
Sure.
There. And, yeah, it was pretty good. It's funny because everyone looked at me like they were scared because they saw our defense, and they don't know what to do with the Packers having a defense that looks that good. Yeah.
What are we doing, Nico?
As far as the game, it was amazing. I've already called and said it was like all my...
New rule, no swimming during your calls, okay? Don't jump in the ocean and start swimming. That's not... I hate to be that guy. I hate to be, telling you what to do or how to live your life, but don't put the phone in your pocket and then go swimming in the ocean while you're doing your call.
It's come true. And as long as no one gets hurt and stuff seems to keep going the way it's going, we should be pretty damn good. Oh, man, I tell you. The offense did good enough. The defense, I don't even know. I cannot wait till the PFF stuff comes out. I used to hate that stuff. Now it's all I look for at the end of the game. Even on a loss, because I want to see how it went. But
yep.
If our defense...
I still get people. I just had somebody a second ago make fun of PFF, and I don't care anymore. I really don't. People that hate on PFF are just... They're the guys, like I've said before, they want to be the smartest guy in the room. Like, yes, you're super intelligent because you know PFF has made mistakes and they're a flawed system, but they're also significantly better than you sitting on your fat butt on your couch going, no, I think this. You don't know anything. You don't care to know. all you do is wait for any statistic or grade or whatever to come out and go, oh, you believe that? Brr, 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 brr. Stupid frickin' people.
Is this really that good? Because I know, first game of the year, there's jitters. Offenses sometimes are behind defenses. But we're that good that we get better. Oh my gosh. The rest of the NFL is just pretty much going to just take second to our dominance. That's all I got to say. Go Pack. Go. I'm at my elevator now, so peace.
Peace, my brother.
Ryan, it's Peter Thomas from Milwaukee.
What's going on, man?
Hey, just got back home from Green Bay. Went to the game today.
Nice.
Kind of a last-minute decision. My wife.
Best decision of your life.
We just got married.
Oh, congrats.
And, my future son, who we were expecting to have this coming January, we're both at the game for the first time. My wife is a Packer fan. Now that we tied the knot, and it was her first Packer game, we had an absolute freaking blast, man. I was stewing about which section to sit in at Lambeau all yesterday because we got the tickets very late yesterday, and we had a blast sitting in the upper section. We sat in section 643S, and it is awesome up there. For anybody looking to go to a game that just wants to grab a single ticket, I would suggest sitting in that upper section. You see everything. It's awesome.
Nice.
Just a really, really cool experience. And when they sang the national anthem and the plane flew over the stadium, it was like surreal to be so high up, just to see that all kind of happen right in front of your eyes. It was an awesome game. I lost my voice halfway through screaming.
Well, congrats on being in the audience during what is probably the best fan performance in several decades.
Especially on third downs, but didn't even really feel like we needed to do that because the Packers were absolutely dominant today. Go Pack, go, man. And, yeah, oh, shoot, I shouldn't say that, you know. I know you don't like that, but I'm not expecting you to say it back. But, hey, yeah, great game.
I wonder how long until somebody gave me crap about that.
All the way around, and looking forward to this coming Thursday. All right, later.
Well, I'm happy for you, dude. Happy to hear that you got yourself good and married, and glad you had a great experience. Both of you did, and should be a good year for everybody. Should be a good year. Maybe that's the good luck charm we all needed. So, congrats. All right, let's take our final break, and then we got Kyle from Madison.
Well, what's going on, Ryan? It's Kyle from Madison.
Yep.
So I just couldn't sleep, so I went back and started watching some of that game. I can't even make sense of what I'm watching on the defensive side of the ball. I'm watching Micah Parsons, and man, there's like more than one of these snaps where he is driving Penny Sewell of all people.
Yeah.
I mean, my God. And I don't know how a guy that size can be this strong. You know, I don't even know what the move's called, bull rush, whatever. I don't know. Sure. I have no idea. It's unbelievable. But there's at least one snap came to mind where he like basically constructs a phalanx. You know, like those Spartan combat tactic where they form like the triangle with the shields. And he like basically constructs a phalanx of flailing Detroit offensive linemen and running backs and just like pushes them back into Goff and gets him off his mark. That guy, like I can't even believe what I'm seeing. And you throw in the fact that, I mean, Wooden looked really good today. He really did. I mean, he just jumped off, you know, really focusing on the D-line when I watched it again. I mean, he had a couple of really
grades just came out. I can't wait. We got to hurry this up so I can go do the podcast and look at the grades. Baby.
Great plays against the run. And And I guess for like the casuals that haven't been paying attention, I mean, I know probably everybody here listening knows Lucas Van Ness has been the guy this offseason. But I heard nothing out of the national media about him all season. And now suddenly I've heard his name about 40 times on all the talking head shows. Oh, Lucas Van Ness had a great game. Like, dude, you didn't know who Lucas Van Ness was till today. So just a outstanding game, and just that freaking Micah Parsons sack is just one of the coolest things I've ever seen, man. The way you could just feel it coming full speed across the field. Just amazing. So I'm really grateful that we've got the Commanders at home this week, just so the guys can sleep in their beds. They get an extra day to rest.
Sure.
On a short week. So if they can get a win there, I mean, this would be a massive start to the season. So it's going to be a fun week, and then we got a little bit of rest time in between. So super exciting, though. Super exciting, man. All right, you take it easy. Have fun, everybody. Go Pack, go.
I have to think that being in the stands to see that sack would have been one of the coolest things ever. Just because, I'm picturing like the sound. Like imagine being on the field and hearing, as soon as he like broke free and started hunting, it must have just been a roar. And then as he gets closer, you can hear the sound ramping up. I don't know how Goff couldn't figure out what was going on. Because he was just living the dream out. He's just slowly, I shouldn't say slowly, he's running as quick as he could, but he did not have the necessary panic that he should have had with a guy like Micah chasing him. So he, for some reason, which was funny, I was thinking about it, it's like the last time he saw Micah Parsons, he was on the opposite side from where he was running. He was double teamed, and he seemed to be pretty well blocked. So he probably just was thinking to himself, well, Mike ain't gonna get me. It might be one of those other guys that are chasing me from behind, but I got enough time. And then smack, it's just freaking dead. But that would have been a very, very cool thing to hear. I mean, you could hear it through the TV, but to be in the stands and hear as he gets closer and closer and eventually gets that sack. Oh, I'm gonna watch that game like 9 times today, I think.
What's up, Ryan, baby?
What's up,
Team
dude?
Up in Alaska. Oh, what a great start to the season, man. What a great start. I would have called in earlier when the game ended because I was following, play-by-play-ish, working. I got to work, got to do the job.
Got to do it.
Can't be watching the game.
Yep.
So I had to wait till I got home, and I watched the highlights. I almost forgot. I was getting ready to go to bed, and I was like, holy crap, I haven't seen the highlights yet. So I just got done watching, and man, just even with just the highlights, I like the way that we looked. From what they showed, when all the passes I saw, Love was throwing off his front foot. None of this back bouncy, hoppy, trying to throw it up in the air stuff. Now, maybe that happened in a regular game, but highlight-wise, none of that. Everything coming off of a nice foundation, off front foot. Defense, as I was watching the stats, just by the score of the game, defense looked great. Loved watching Micah run down Jared Goff from behind and take him down. Oh, we've been missing that. I was just thinking about it. It's like, how many times have we had guys chasing the quarterback and they just can't catch him before he throws the ball? And Micah, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, great start to the season, man. Taking down the Lions, defending NFC North champs, and now we go on to the Commanders. I got a buddy here in town. He's a Commanders fan, and so I'm gonna be watching that game Thursday over at his house.
Nice.
It's gonna be a good time. All right. Hey, and by the way, don't worry about that Go Pack Go stuff, man. I don't do it all the time either. You don't have to do it. You have to do it 1,000 times and you get to be redundant and stupid. I'm on your side, man. You're
Appreciate
good.
you.
All right. Talk to y'all later.
It's another point that I think is somewhat fair on the Go Pack Go thing. I mean, if I were to do it every time, it'd be a lot of times. It would be a lot of times. It would be hard to mean it. And you want me to mean it when I say it, right? In those times that I say it, you want me to mean it. So, I also, Beer Cheese Benny reached out to me and said something to the effect of like, if we win, I think he might have said the Super Bowl, I don't know, but he's like, if we win then you have to say it. You have to say it all the time. And I'm like, I feel like at that point I'd be jinxing it because you can't be switching things up when things go well. You know what I mean? So just not. I'm still just never doing it. Steve Part 2, what's up?
Hey, Ryan. Calling back again. I figured there's nobody between me because it's late for me, so nobody's probably going to be calling in. But I just rewatched the highlights again because, it's just great.
Yeah.
It was such a great thing to watch beat down on lines like that. And they can just shut their mouths now. But, the Micah Parsons thing, I know there's only a couple plays in the highlights where you really see him do anything, but I want to say this is a whole new thing for us, and I don't think we need to talk about Reggie or Charles. This is a whole separate thing because when you watch him do what he did. Just in the highlight, he's so much more active. He's so much quicker. He bounces around the field and he pops up in places. That sack, I mean, he just springs out of the pile, and just it's like Pac-Man on level like 70, where You're going along, and the ghost turns the corner and sees you, and it's just, and it's on you, and you don't even have a chance. You ain't got a chance. As soon as he's out in open space and sees the quarterback, that quarterback's going down. And, man, this is just, it's such a weapon on defense. It was like, now I know he's not like Reggie, but it was in its way, like
so hard to
Reggie
not say it.
Find the guy on the defensive line that he wants to beat up on, and that guy was toast. And you just watch him throw him, just pitch him. Now, Micah Parsons is he's gonna push by and get a little gap and then boosh past you and speed past you, and you'll never see what happened after that. Reggie, you just throw a man out of his way and go. So it's different, but it's the same. Man, this is gonna be great. I'm so excited about what the season could be for us. Oh man, y'all have a good night or a good day, whatever it's gonna be. We'll talk to you later. Can't wait to play the Commanders. I almost said the wrong name. Commanders. Go Pack.
It is hard to imagine that a team traded Micah Parsons away. I just, you listen to all the arguments, and it's like, well, they weren't quite there yet. They weren't whatever, this, that, or the other. Man, there is no way if he was on our team that I wouldn't pay him anything and everything. I don't care. He is transformational. And it's, well, we're a couple years old. Fine. Then do what you have to do to get the pieces around the guy. I mean, they have a quarterback. I mean, he had a great week 1 again. Back from injury and out there performing. And CeeDee Lamb is a good receiver. Yeah, he had some drops, whatever. He always does. He's a good receiver. I mean, if you guys hadn't squandered a great offensive line and had actually been doing your job to continue to build that and squandering, I mean, they're such idiots in general. They ruined everything. That whole team is a disaster now. But, how do you let him go? And then you look at the Packers and it's like, how could you pay so much? Not that really many Packer fans were saying that, but first of all, 2 firsts and Kenny. Can we just revisit that? What a freaking joke that is. But the 47 obviously is a high number, but it's just not. I mean, you look at how transformational he is. It's a lot today. Even by next year's standards, it might be a pretty big number. It's not going to freaking matter, dude. It's just not. All right. Beer cheese.
Good morning!
Vietnam.
Packernet Podcast!
What's up, dog?
Happy Victory Monday! We are 1-0 and the Lions are not. Yeah, dude, bookmark season has commenced.
Yeah. fully in it.
Say receipt pulling season. Man, you'll go look at my ex, Beer Cheese Benny. You will see, man, I pulled a lot of them out. And especially that stick radio guy. That guy's the most pathetic cope I've ever seen. That guy's like, well, we won the time of possession, so. And then he said this was our Super Bowl. I'm like, you know what a Super Bowl even is? The Lions haven't even appeared in one! But anyways, enough of that. Friggin' Packers, dude. Micah Parsons. I was told he was a cancer. But then after the game, he's talking about LVN, how he's going to let him eat. This guy is, dude, man, this guy not only is changing the field, like, just clubhouse and vibes kind of thing, and, like, you know, like, leadership, this is incredible. I mean, this is what we need, man. And, like, you could just see it when he was on the field, the game changes. And even when he's off the field, it seemed like, I don't know, maybe he's telling our guys stuff and, like, they're listening. He's just very high IQ.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I want to say is I'm really freaking sick of the NFL with cracking down on the taunting, because you know they have an emphasis every year, and of course it has to be like the dumbest thing.
Right.
I'm like, so I mean now we can't like celebrate in front of a guy and like what happened to the game we love, man? This is so lame, dude. Like with McKinney, I was like, okay, well, whatever, but. Yeah, I guess, you know what, now LaFleur is going to have to really get to these guys and say, hey, listen, we taunt them with our play on the field. We taunt them by beating the piss out of them.
Sure.
And so anyways, that was awesome that we did that. And really the game was 27-6, so I got to give credit to Isaac Tesla, that touchdown.
Heck of a catch.
It was actually kind of unbelievable.
Yeah.
But garbage time, so that's what's up. Man, I'm just glad that we get to play Thursday, because I don't have to wait that long to see this team again. This is amazing. But also sucks because, yeah, I hope Zach Tom is okay, bro. I nearly cried when he went down. I'm like, no, we need him.
I know.
So hopefully everything's fine. If not, with him, hopefully Jordan Morgan is that dude. So anyways, go Pack, go.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do. Morgan does make a good amount of sense, I think. I mean, they haven't been putting him at right tackle at all, but you have to assume that's your best tackle. So get him trained up as soon as possible and get him out there. Because if we have Kennard out there as our right tackle with still Belton and Morgan on the bench, I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to make a stink about that, dude. I'm going to talk a lot of trash about how much that absolutely sucks. Because it does. That's freaking ridiculous. But, again, haven't looked. That's what I'll be doing after probably do one more call here, and then we'll get out of here. But hoping for some good news on that front. Otherwise, the only thing about the Thursday quick turnaround, I mean, if they win, it's all the better. But it's like I just want to enjoy this, you know? There's like nothing to complain about. There's at least going to be probably something to complain about after 2 weeks of football, right? Just give me a little bit of extra time to enjoy it, but hoping for complete domination. Steve, what's going on?
Hey, Ryan, I had to call back because I just had something like an epiphany just popped in my head.
All right, great.
It was just light bulb, all that stuff, whatever you want to think of it. With Kenny being gone, there's this discussion about our interior is going to be weak, and we got to worry about what our interior is going to be, defensive-wise. Here's what my thought is. Because we are so dangerous on the outside edges, and because we can come and be so aggressive on the outside edges with so much force, the opposing offense is going to have to swing their protections
Sure.
to the outside edges,
Yeah.
which means their protection in the middle won't be as strong.
Well, yeah, I mean, just think about Josh Jacobs. We had Josh Jacobs kind of just standing right in the middle as they were blitzing linebackers and just, being ready to chip block right in the middle. Those are obviously passing situations, but the point is you can have a running back or whatever you want focusing on the interior or even just the double blocks. You see that a lot actually in short yardage, and maybe they would still do it against the Packers in short yardage, but where you've got the kind of 2 double teams on the 2 interior players and then just try to push straight ahead. But it's things like that maybe just get taken out of the playbook a little bit for that reason. We can't really leave, for example, Micah Parsons unblocked in that situation where normally we would because he's got enough speed to possibly get there and close. So we got to rip that out of the book. And yeah, there's probably, and that's part of the issue with stuff like this is the things you can't see are all the plays that just get ripped out of the playbook. Well, we can't really do this whole chapter of plays because, it's just not going to work in this situation.
Our guys might not be the best guys, but if there's weaker protection in front of them, because it's now just your center and your guards are phasing to the outside and not phasing into the middle, those guys are going to have better games. They're going to have less opposition against them.
Yeah.
I think getting Micah Parsons means that the guys that we had who weren't as good as Kenny Clark now will be as productive as what we were getting from Kenny Clark.
Probably more so,
because they're going to have less protection in front of them. They're going to have less effort put in front of them. This whole season is going to be just crazy.
Yeah.
I got to get myself together here and figure out how this is all going to work. This is nuts. All right. I'm not going to call back again, and that's a promise. And I know we all lie about that, but I won't do it. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Well, yeah, I think all of us are kind of, even with the expectations probably being too high, I think we were all shocked at how well that went. The trickle-down effect of Micah Parsons was shocking. And I don't want to make it all about him because, again, the other guys still have to step up. They still are going to have to win their one-on-ones, but that's the thing. We have guys that are good enough to do that. We might not have guys that can win the double teams, but we got guys that can win one-on-ones, and they're all getting one-on-ones, and they're all winning, and it just looks... again, I'm not a believer in the one piece away or one player away or whatever, but it does feel like he is the guy that unlocked what's been kind of holding everything back a little bit. We need that true... it's same with what I'm hoping Golden can be. I think we got a lot of good guys, but you need that one truly elite guy, hopefully Golden, to make it where you can't take away Dobbs or Reed or whatever. And when a guy like that, again, still hasn't happened, but I'm hoping it does, becomes your number one, now what do you do? What do you do? And that, of course, will open up the run game and everything else. It's just, if that happens, where Golden, I don't want to say Golden is our Micah Parsons, because he's not going to be as good as Micah Parsons is as a wide receiver. But if he can just be that, let's say, top 15 type of receiver, call it top 20, because, again, a lot of good receivers. I think that transforms our entire offense in a similar way to what Micah Parsons is doing to the rest of the defense. And at that point, I don't know what you do. But I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go check in on Zach Tom. Going to go look at these PFF grades, and we're just going to have ourselves a good old time. All right? Have a good night. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.